Talk about the importance of setting better boundaries with yourself and with others. So when you start setting better boundaries with yourself, you will automatically start setting better boundaries with other people as well. Because honestly, chosen one, people are not entitled to your time. They're not entitled to your energy. They're not entitled to your generosity or your help. They're not entitled to any of that. But the reason as to why they have felt entitled to it is because in the past, you were a people pleaser. In the past, you were a yes man or a yes woman. In the past, people would call you up and you would be there for them at their beck and call. In the past, people would have these transactional connections with you. Like all they would do was take from you, but they were not pouring into you. And the more you allowed them to just take, the more they had their hand out and they just allowed you to just give to them. So then what happens is they fell in love with your hand, but not your heart. And they appreciated what you gave them, but they didn't appreciate you fully. They didn't appreciate the person. They appreciated what they were giving, what they were getting. So how can you start to set better boundaries with yourself? First is to love yourself more. When you love yourself and you love yourself like you would, like a parent would love their child, a parent is not going to put their child into a situation that child is not going to enjoy, that child is not going to have a good time. They're not going to feel fulfilled. If their child is not going to love doing it, a parent is not going to put their child into a situation like that because they want their children to feel good when they're doing certain activities or being around certain people. And if their children are not having a good time, because they love their children so much, they want to protect them from that. So love yourself as you are your own parent, chosen one. So love your inner child and love yourself the same way. Love yourself as a parent would love their child. The second thing is to respect yourself more. When you respect yourself more, you're not going to put yourself into a situation or position that's going to make you feel disrespected, that's going to allow people to disrespect you. You're not going to be put up with people disrespecting you. So when you start setting better boundaries with yourself by, if these people or this person cannot respect me, then they cannot be around me. They cannot speak to me. That's you setting better boundaries. You setting boundaries with people and no longer allowing them to have access to contact you because they cannot respect you. You're doing a great service to yourself. Not everybody is entitled to your time or your energy or to be able to communicate with you. Even if these people are family members and you have to cut them off because they don't respect you, you won't have to do that because it's your peace and your sanity that matters. Now, another way that you can start setting better boundaries with people is to not be afraid of saying no. And although it's easier said than done because no is just a word. I mean, we can say no to certain things, but it's difficult sometimes to say no to, our family or our friends or people that have been in our lives for a while. It's difficult sometimes to have to tell those people no. But there will come a point in time where you have to put on your big girl panties or your big boy drawers and tell people no. Because listen, if you do something for somebody, if you say yes when you really want to say no, if you say yes to anything, you disrespected yourself. And like we talked about before, you got to respect yourself first. When you respect yourself first, everybody else will respect you. And on top of that, when you say yes, when you want to say no, that's you having a lack of self-love for yourself. It's like, it looks like I don't love myself enough, so I'm going to just say yes to anything and accept anything and settle for anything. Don't settle. Don't accept anything that you don't deserve. Don't accept anything that you don't want or you don't want to do. You have to be comfortable with saying no. It takes practice. It definitely does take practice. It's not going to change overnight. But the more that you get used to saying no as a complete sentence and meaning it and standing your ground, even if your heart is pounding as you're telling those people, no, I cannot babysit your child. No, I do not have $300 to pay you today. No, I cannot give you a ride. You have to say no. Because if you continue to say yes, every single time they want something or need something, they're going to come to you. Because now they didn't fall in love with your hand, but not your heart. Now they're feeling entitled to your resources. You got to get comfortable saying no. The minute that you start loving yourself more, respecting yourself first, because remember, it's better for you to be respected than to be liked. See, a lot of times we people please and we do things for people and we go ahead and say yes and we do all this other stuff because we want people to like us. But the thing is, people pleasing and being this yes man and this yes woman to get everybody to like us, yeah, they may like you, but they stop respecting you. They won't respect you. Sorry, because the minute that you start saying no to them and you start withdrawing your energy back, and now they want nothing to do with you. But if you would have established those boundaries before and said, you know, I can do this time, but it's not going to be every single time, they'll respect you more. People respect people that respect themselves. People love people that love themselves. Love yourself, respect yourself first, and start saying no.